How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about AOC's new accent, different voice, whatever you want to call it. But not only AOC, also Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. And before I get into it, before I give you my 2 cents, before I tell you what's really going on here, let's look at some video. First, you're going to see AOC in front of the National Action Network, which is Al Sharpton's little situation. Then you're going to see Hillary Clinton speaking in front of some people, and then you're going to see Joe Biden speaking in front of some people. After we get done with all 3 of those clips, I'll come back, give you my 2 cents, wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This is what organizing looks like.
That's right.
This is what building power looks like. This is what changing the country looks like. It's when we choose to show up and occupy the room and talk about the things that matter most, talking about our future. You know, Reverend, you bring up a funny anecdote, and I'm proud to be a bartender. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working retail, folding clothes for other people to buy. There is nothing wrong with preparing the food that your neighbors will eat.
Oh, girl, go on.
There is nothing wrong with driving the buses that take your family to work.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Okay, so you heard that. You saw what's going on. Now, first of all, to get the elephant out of the room, if there is one in this case, I'm not offended at any of these people. Not at all. I think it's kind of funny. And I think that this is how low the Democrats have gone. And it's as low as they've been. This ain't really too much of a change. They'll pander to you in your situation. They think, oh, we can't just speak normally the way we talk all the time. When we go to a black audience, we got to speak like the way we think they speak to relate to them. That's what's going on. It ain't nothing else really to it. And I'm pretty sure that AOC got some of the same messaging that Hillary Clinton got. I mean, why did Hillary come out there and have to say, I don't feel no ways tired? You trying to conjure up some of the Southern Baptist black church minister stuff. That's what you're doing. It ain't really about nothing else. You're trying to just win favor with these people. So I guess all you really got to do in the black community is just come and speak like how you think they want to be spoken to, rather than using your own voice and not deliver any kind of real policy, any kind of real message, any kind of real substance. Just speak like how the Southern Baptist minister speaks and you get approval. You heard in the audience when AOC was speaking in her new voice, people talking about, go on, sister, all this and that and the third, you know, the typical church ad libs and encouragement. That's what I heard in the background. I think that's the reason why she was using this new voice. Now, it was hilarious to see AOC on Twitter talking about, oh, people are attacking me because of the way I was speaking. And, you know, I come from the Bronx and there's different, what they say, linguistic cultures, stupid stuff. I'll place the tweets in the box and in the screen. But just dumb stuff. And it's like, okay, I know what people in the South sound like. I'm in the South right now. I'm in Tennessee, very close to Georgia. I'm like 2 miles from Georgia. I'm right here in the South. Okay. And I was raised in Virginia, in the Virginia Beach area. That's the South. It's like mid-Atlantic, but I'm right close to Carolina, like 2 miles from Carolina in that situation. So you're in the South. And I was born in West Virginia, which is the northernmost southern state. So I know about the South. I know about church culture. I know about Southern draws and accents. What I know about New York, especially the Bronx, Puerto Rican, you're not going to hear all this y'all and all this and that up there. That's not how New Yorkers sound, period, especially not Puerto Ricans from the Bronx. She didn't really grow up in the Bronx, number one. Number two, if she did, she most certainly would not have this slow Southern drawl to herself. So when she's talking about, oh, you know, I grew up in the Bronx and there's different linguistic cultures. What kind of Southern linguistic culture exists in the Puerto Rican area of the Bronx? I mean, you tell me, if you're in New York, did y'all hear all this, this y'all and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's Southern stuff, not Northern. It's not even a racial thing or nothing like that. It's a South versus North. My black homeboys from New York, my white homeboys, my Puerto Rican homeboys, they don't sound like we would sound in Virginia or Tennessee or Georgia or anything like that. It's a different type of accent, different type of voice. Why not just use your regular whiny schoolgirl voice, AOC? That would be just fine. I mean, you were invited there, so obviously they know who you are already. They don't have to hear a different voice from you. But maybe the point, like I said, was just to get that type of reaction the same way Hillary Clinton did. I don't feel no ways tired, and the crowd gets excited. Maybe that was the whole point. And then Joe Biden is a total nut talking about they're going to put y'all back in chains. He said that in Danville, Virginia. I've been to Danville. It's right on 58. It's in between South Boston, where my granddad is from, and Martinsville, Virginia. Shout out to the Hodge twins. They're from Martinsville. So it's right in between there. Why would you say they're going to put y'all back in chains in a place like Danville? Danville is a place where I'm pretty sure you had a lot of slave plantations. That general area, a lot of slavery was going on. If you go to Danville, South Boston, Martinsville, that whole area in Southern Virginia, close to Carolina, you're probably going to find a lot of black folks that got like 100% African DNA that's been there since like the 1800s. So why would you say something about slavery? And it was hilarious to see CNN try to defend that at the time. You had Roland Martin and his nut self on there talking about, well, the crowd wasn't totally black. I saw a lot of white folks. And when he said that, they panned to an image of the crowd, and it looked like it was a family reunion in there with my family members. Everybody looked like me, my complexion. Okay, so I'm not trying to hear this whole thing about, oh, there were some white folks there. He said a thing that was just totally irresponsible. I'm not sure if he was trying to be racist or not. I'm careful to use that word. I'm not sure if he was trying to be racist, but it was most certainly disrespectful in a place like Danville. It can't really be explained away. Why would you say something like that? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. At the end of the day, as I close, I just want to say that AOC, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, whoever, when they come to your community, black folks, and they use different voices than what they normally use, they're trying to pander to you. They're trying to get your vote by not actually delivering anything of substance. They're trying to deliver just feelings and presentation. It's like, rather than giving somebody a true health plan, you give them some pretty food and say, eat that. You know, the food may not have any kind of nutritional value, no kind of substance, no kind of medically beneficial things to it. But hey, I'm here saying eat this and then it's going to all be good. That's just really silly. This whole thing happened with Joe Biden in 2012 kind of was one more thing that pushed me over the edge from being a liberal to conservative. I've said before, my red pill moment was like 2011, 2012. I voted for Obama in 2008. I was not satisfied in 2011, 2012. A lot of my friends were going broke. A lot of other things were happening. And then I saw him do that. That's what really drove me over the edge, because he was campaigning for Barack Obama. He was running against Mitt Romney. That really kind of made me be a Mitt Romney guy. Not just that, but that was just one thing of many that was happening right during that particular point in time. So if the Democrats want to keep shedding voters, if they want to keep putting themselves in jeopardy of never winning the election again on a national level, then they're doing a great job. I say go send AOC, creepy Uncle Joe, Hillary Clinton, send all these nut jobs out there to talk for the Democratic Party. You're doing us over on the right a gigantic favor. So what do you think? Do you think that AOC, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton are all just idiots trying to pander, trying to cater, not really delivering anything of substance? How do you feel about guys like Trump when they just come be themselves? See, that's part of the reason why I voted for Trump, is because he was himself, regardless of what the situation was, regardless of where he was. He was going to say what was on his mind. He was going to be himself. I've never seen Trump use a different voice or try to, pander or cater. He was just me. It was like, hey, this is what I bring to the table. This is what I'm going to do. So what's up? Y'all down or not? I appreciate that, even if I don't agree with it. Okay? I appreciate that. Just be who you are. Bernie Sanders, I can respect him because when he was asked on the Breakfast Club about reparations, he was like, nah, I'm not really with that. He wasn't really trying to be like, oh, well, maybe I'm open to it. He was like, nah, no cash or nothing like that. He had more of a reasonable approach. Now, I would never vote for the guy, but at least he was respectful enough to not disrespect you and just use a different voice and all this and that. He's himself all the time, regardless of what the situation is. That's the moral of the story here. Be yourself. If you're not comfortable in your own skin to be yourself all the time, then that shows a lack of confidence, period, with internally. Okay, now I don't need that from my leader, but what do you think? Do you think that AOC and others are just, I don't know, just trying to, this whole thing about when in Rome, do as the Romans? That's pretty interesting if they would have that point of view, because why would they be against a thing like assimilation? You know, because I think somebody said recently about, oh, it might have been Tucker Carlson. He said, assimilate into the country when you come as an immigrant. People on the left wouldn't like that too much. So if you're against somebody like Tucker Carlson saying assimilate into the culture of which you are, then why would you also be for people like AOC assimilating into the culture of the particular crowd she was at by using a different voice? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.